what a time for football. I mean, we got so many great young quarterbacks. I mean, it just makes the game so exciting.
Right.
I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
I can't wait.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But can the Panthers wait? Do they need another year?
Yeah. Yeah, they need another year. They need they get in there though. They get in there. I like the
They're
direction.
slowly getting those Panthers won some games that people didn't think they were going to win.
Yeah, yeah. Bryce Young looked really good to end the season last year. So, can he
Bryce
continue?
Young, can he get to that next level? He's got some pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. What you think? What you think on Bryce?
I like what I saw towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
The end of the season. I mean, I saw some things with him. He was making some throws and some really good reads. He was following all his progressions, and I think that's the most important thing. Is
Right.
is is he able to follow his progressions?
Yeah.
And that you develop that in time, unless you got a natural knack for it. So I think that his confidence has gone up a lot.
Yeah. I think so too, man. And then towards the end of the year, he was, escaping the pocket when he had to, getting yards, scrambling. That was off script yards.
Yeah.
When you get off script yards, man, as a quarterback, that changed the dynamic of your offense. So that was good to see. Then they invested a first round pick and a wide receiver.
You
They
got
picked up.
Hubbard running the rock.
Yeah, 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 and got the running back from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rico, and the wide receiver room. Like I said, they picked up T Mac, and then yeah, like your boy might get some run this year.
Is Hunter Renfro gonna do something?
Yeah, like he might get some run. Like,
Hey,
come on.
Hunter Renfro, he is a creative little guy, man.
So now so the Panthers gonna have Hunter Renfro and Adam Thielen on the field.
Stop.
I'm just saying, man.
You better stay in that building because people are watching. You ain't
I
gonna be able to
guess
go
so,
anywhere.
man. God, man, if this was 2020, they'd be tough. 2025, and your wide receiver core gonna have Renfro and Adam Thielen though.
Stop it. Oh man. But look at that defense. That defense is looking good.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
Warren is gonna do a little something.
yeah. They pretty good. They pretty good on defense. So, like I said, they played better toward the end of the season last year. And I like the young tight end they got Sanders. I ain't mentioned him, but I like Sanders. I really
Oh
like
yeah.
Sanders.
He's tough.
Yeah, I really like Sanders. I really like how he play ball. Yeah. So
I mean, they got an opportunity. I mean,
yeah.
can you see the Panthers coming at least in the third spot?
I mean,
Can they,
that's guaranteed, man. Because the next team talk about is
the Aints?
yeah. So I mean, they gonna at least come in the top three. But I'm not. No, we can go as far as like I can see them winning the division. That's just how wide open this division is. No,
You think the Panthers have a shot of winning the division?
yeah. 9 wins win this division quite often in the past few years. So yeah, 9 wins could get you the division.
What a great way to save face, coach.
Right. That's how wide open it is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the fact of it. Like the Panthers could win that's how Atlanta will win the division. Like 'cause 9 wins can win the division.
You're right. You're right. I mean,
Yeah,
like this division
yeah.
could go any kind of way.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 9 wins can win the division. Shoot, 8 and 9 can win the division.
Maybe even 7.
You know what I'm saying? So I like 9 wins could win the division, which I think the Bucks had done kind of turned that corner to where they're probably a 10-win team, but
Yeah,
I could see where like the Bucks could be a couple injuries away from being an 8 and 9 win team.
right.
You
And
know,
we have to account for injuries.
right? Cause Evans do get banged up in most seasons. He gonna pull a hamstring. You know,
Yeah,
he is gonna come up with a hamstring issue this season, and I would be willing to almost bet on that.
I'm
Godwin,
adding that to the parlay.
right? He gonna have a hamstring injury,
I
and
got
then
a three parlay now.
Godwin lately he been kind of getting banged up throughout the season. He because he play going across the middle,
Yeah,
so he going to take hits because of how his style of play is.
yeah. His style of play is that way for sure.
Right, he going across the middle where you got them backers in there. So he gonna take some hits, safeties and backers, man. He gonna take some hits, and that's why he kind of get dinged up all the time. It's been throws across the middle, and people hitting him low on his legs, and it's ending his seasons.
Well, I know another team that's going to be taking some hits. The Mains, them Saints. I better put some respect on their name.
Yeah. Cause shoot, the division they could win a few games. I doubt it. I don't even know who gonna be the quarterback.
Carr is going into retirement.
Yeah, right. So I don't even know who the
He's
quarterback.
finally bringing his car to the car shop.
Yeah, so I don't even know who gonna be the quarterback. They should have drafted Shador.
Yeah, that would have been smooth.
Yeah, they should have drafted Shador. But the kid they drafted, I mean, they say they don't like him. So
Yeah, I mean, so what are we looking at when we look at the Saints? I mean, do they have a shot? Do they have an opportunity?
man, it's all on the quarterback play.
I mean, it's what's the guy's name? Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I think
He's
they.
going he's going against
Yeah,
Tyler Show. So I mean, I wonder who's going to win that one. And
I
then I wonder who really cares. No play.
I don't know, man. Flip a coin. So flip a coin, man. I don't know. They got whoever be the quarterback, man. Got some weapons. Can Chris Olave stay healthy? And Shaheed, man, that guy, man, is electric, man. I love the 22. So
Shaheed is tough.
yeah, man, he is good, man. And
Shaheed is tough.
yeah. They like I said, whoever can win the quarterback position, if they can play quarterback in the NFL, and then you got Kamara behind you,
You got Kamara.
yeah, the best pass catching running back in the NFL right now. So man, if whoever play quarterback can play quarterback, then the Saints right back in the running.
They're right in the running.
Right.
Because on defense, you still got Matthew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a veteran, but he's still good.
Yeah. They got pieces, man. They got the pieces. That can a quarterback play quarterback?
That's where it comes down to for them.
Yeah. Can a quarterback play quarterback at the NFL level? Like I said, they got the pieces, man. They just, I don't know. They're just unproven at the quarterback position.
I think that when we look at the NFC South, we see something that can, like you said, can go. It can go any which way.
Any which way, for real. For real. And, I will favor Tampa Bay. Then like how we did that. And then next, I will have Atlanta. Because I think Atlanta could overtake Tampa Bay if they their quarterback position is, but at least they got if Michael can't do it, but they can fall back on Kurt, you know, and
Yeah.
and they'll win a few games. Saints just ain't got that. Saints ain't
When
got
the Saints come marching in.
that. Yeah, they probably take a whooping.
Oh man. And it's really crazy to me because I look at the Saints and you see all that talent because they got some talented
Yeah,
players. And it's like, man, if they had a quarterback.
Yep. If you got a quarterback, that be the story of a lot of franchises.
And injuries, the Saints have just been plagued every season with injuries.
Yeah, that can derail a lot of teams, man. So it's always good to have that depth.
It's always good to have the depth. I want to take a really quick shout out to Ahoskie, Holistic Health and Wellness of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. True healing starts from the inside out. From functional medicine to wellness coaching, they offer personalized care for your whole body. The Saints might need to reach out to these people. Call Tanya Hasty, family nurse practitioner, to schedule your appointment. Her number is 252-578-4255, or visit HastiesHolisticHealth.com. That's Hastie's Holistic Health and Wellness of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. So I don't know. They might need some of that going on in the Saints. The NFC South is wide open. The NFC North, we got a clear projected winner with the Lions. Coach Q, we're getting closer.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
I can't wait.
Can't wait, my brother.
It's good seeing you this week, man, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Do you want to speak on the baseball thing? Softball?
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna do a special segment for that.
Okay.
All
right.
Let's shake the world.
Yes, sir.
Don't miss the concert of the year at the Huron Stage in Durham, North Carolina, Friday, September 5th, with an unforgettable performance by award-winning songwriters Anya Hinkle and Grace Pettis. Show starts at 7 p.m. This outdoor music venue is family and pet friendly, and concertgoers are invited to participate in an old-fashioned potluck. Scan the QR code to reserve your tickets today, which are only $20. The Huron Stage is located at 2329 Huron Street in Durham, North Carolina. Call 919-884-6258 for more information. That's 919-884-6258. Start your engines and head over to the Jacksonville Cars and Coffee Show on Saturday, September 13th in Jacksonville from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon at 433-1 Western Boulevard in Jacksonville, North Carolina. We'll have live music, food trucks, prizes, and coffee to get your motor going. For more information, call 910-357-1471 or scan the QR code to RSVP now.
The Heritage Rebels back-to-back 19U Black World Series Championship played in Richmond, Virginia. The Rebels went 5-1 overall during the tournament. The Rebels went 3-1 in pool play. During pool play, Rebels beat the Overlooked Dogs 9-0. They beat Bowie Bucks 7-2. They beat the Black Sox 10-0, losing to Team Vision 7-4. In the semifinals, the Rebels beat the Philadelphia Aces 2-1. Then they took revenge for the loss to the Team Vision out of Baltimore, Maryland, in championship game, winning 1-0 in extra innings. Heritage Rebels out of Greenville, North Carolina, coached by Coach Allen, won their second consecutive Black World Series championship. Rocky Mount Raiders back-to-back softball high school division Black World Series championship. The Raiders went 5-1 overall during the tournament. The Raiders went 3-1 in pool play. During pool play, the Raiders beat the Heavy Hitters 10-2. They beat the Angels 11-1, and they beat the Eagles 5-3 and lost to DC National Elite 7-4. In the semifinal, the Raiders beat the Angels 8-7 in extra innings.
Then they revenged the loss to DC National Elite out of Washington, D.C. in championship game, winning 7-5. Rocky Mount Raiders out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, won their second consecutive Black World Series championship. And as a special note, Coach Q's kids played on both championship teams. Shout out to Nike Wiggins and Raven Wiggins. And that's a definite high five.
Welcome to Second Opinion Sports Show. We're with Eastern Forest Management of Ahoskie, Bryan Merritt, owner and founder. We've got Joe Davison with us, the president. And these are the forest experts for Eastern North Carolina right here. We're so glad to have you, fellas. Welcome to the show, and how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, Rebecca. We're glad to be here, and it's nice to talk with you and introduce ourselves. Yeah.
Wonderful. And you have you do a very important job here in our community and the communities around this part of the state and into Virginia.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're both local, which definitely is a big plus. So familiar with the area. You're both alumni at NC State as well.
Yeah,
Now,
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack, how's the Wolfpack doing looking for this season coming up?
Always great.
Yeah.
Always a great
Yeah,
outlook.
couldn't be better. And looking for a good season.
So, Bryan, we'll start with you. So what led you, we've got some of the largest pine beds here in our part of the state. What led you into forest management? That became your line of work and what you wanted to pursue when you went to your secondary education?
Good question. Originally, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do when I went to school there. Forest management sounded fun. It sounded interesting. I grew up in a forest and agriculture background, born and raised in Coleraine. So just started taking some classes and it just went from there. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I graduated, whether it would be consulting, timber buying, maybe mill work, but found a job here at originally Mike Neal and Associates, and just things worked. I haven't had any desire to go a different route, and not looking to at the moment for sure.
It's wonderful. It sounds like it was your calling. It was just meant to be, and
It really did fall right into place. I can't lie. It was very blessed, very blessed.
wonderful. Well, we're going to go into more detail about the importance of the work that you do. And Joe, you've been at this a little bit longer. And what led you into this line of work?
So when I went off to college, I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do as well. I was looking at mechanical engineering, and I enjoy being hands-on and creating, and I don't think I would enjoy being just a minor part of a big machine, to put it one way. I didn't see the appeal of sitting in front of a computer working on a CAD drawing for months at a time. And I've always loved the outdoors. Growing up, I've kind of bounced around a little bit in various parts of the country and always enjoyed the outdoors. My father studied forestry before going into the Coast Guard. My uncle was with the Forest Service out west for his entire career, and NC State's the best forestry school in the land, and I just happened to be there and try out some classes, and the rest is history, so to speak.
And what a great history it's been. Now, you both joined up with a company that was founded back in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been taking care of these things for quite some time, have some established, it's a little over 50 years. So they've been, this is a great milestone for the company, and you've gone through some changes, and some growing, and we're excited that we're able to celebrate that with you on the show and be able to share everything that you do. Now, you both have some specialties. You're both foresters, registered foresters. Joe, you fly drones.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we're going to go into kind of a little overview of some of the services that you do offer at Eastern Forest Management, from timber management, land management, timber sales, rather, is what I meant to say, real estate side, assessing properties and helping people through those transactions, reforestation. There's always a question. People sometimes don't have all the right information, and they see the trees gone and they don't see what happens after that. So we're going to talk
All the
about
time.
conservation
That's pretty
and
common.
kind of that whole cycle, so that people do know that is part of the plan, is to replant and take care of the land. So give us a little overview, kind of the process, and what are the most common things that people come to you for?
That's a good question.
Well, a little bit of everything, really. We have a fairly broad client base, folks that we've worked with for for decades in some cases, and there are people that are new to land ownership, and I mean it's the whole spectrum, really.
Yeah.
Everything from taking a look at yard trees to cruising
300-acre
you
pieces of, yeah. Probably the biggest question initially is what is forestry?
Right.
What exactly is forest management?
or do you work for the state?
Right.
I get
That's a
that all the
big problem.
time. Say, oh, I'm a forestry consultant. Like, oh, so you're with the state?
Yeah.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, that's a whole different,
Yep.
world there.
Right.
So,
But yeah, initially we just have a conversation with the landowner. Assess their land is the biggest thing. What do they have? Do they have 20 acres? Do they have 200 acres? And then within those acres, is it pine dominant? Is it hardwood? And what are your goals for the land? That's a big question. Most landowners don't have any objectives for their land. A common case, mom and dad always took care of it, and they just, unfortunately, when they pass, it comes down to the kids, and they have no clue what they want to do with it, whether they want to keep it or want to manage it to be a profitable forest, or more wildlife based. There's a bunch of different objectives you can have, and that's where we kind of step in and make those guidelines for our clients.
and that's one thing that I really enjoy about consulting. So when I started out, I was buying timber for a sawmill, and I had a really fine experience. Um, but I had a primary job, and that was to provide wood to the mill. And I served landowners as well. But with consulting, I get to cover all aspects of forestry. We do prescribed burning, fly a drone, do wildlife management in some cases, reforestation, timber sales, timber thinnings, writing management plans for all kinds of different timberland. And we're working directly for the landowner, like Bryan was saying. Landowners will have objectives that they want to meet, and we can meet those. Not to knock other avenues of forestry, but with consulting, we kind of have the opportunity to practice all aspects of forestry, not just one, one event.
And
Job isn't to provide wood for the mill per se. It's to meet the landowner's objectives. That's our ultimate goal.
Yes.
And you do so at the highest standard, with ethical consideration for the land itself, and conservation, and all those other factors that go into the job that you do. Which is why, folks, we want to always call a professional, a licensed professional, to come in and do this sort of a job, because it's important that it's done the right way. And explain for the audience. We all know that a burn is necessary at times and in cycles. I spent a lot of time on the West Coast, where we would do a lot of controlled burn in areas, and then replanting to avoid mudslides and erosion, things like that, and how healthy it was for the native plants to be able to come back and thrive again. So explain how that works on the forest side, over here, why you do that.
Well, so a lot of the forest ecosystem around here is fire adapted.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily the species don't necessarily depend on fire for regeneration, although some tree species do. But the periodic introduction of fire, like you said, out on the West Coast, can really promote native grasses and rather than doing it post to mitigate any mudslides or anything like that.
Right.
It's more of a wildlife management consideration as well as a kind of a clearing, I guess would be the best way to
you could
describe
do
it.
site prep burns, or honestly, aesthetics are a
Mhm.
common goal for most clients,
Mm.
just to clean things up.
If the wood's getting choked out by privet or
Right.
the wood's getting choked out by reeds and
Right.
can clear that
And
understory.
we have those invasive vines here that just take over they're like a little monster
Tree is one of
in
them.
a lot
Yeah.
of places.
Kudzu
Right.
to a degree.
Kudzu's
And,
bad.
yeah.
And that's where the objectives come into place, because sometimes burning is the best option, sometimes chemical is the best option. It just we tailor our objectives or our recommendations to our specific client's needs. There's not typically a one and done for anything. Everyone is client dependent, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to do cookie cutter. I mean, there are formulas of reforestation and you can predict what'll happen, but everything is tailored to the specific piece of ground.
Right.
We interrupt this broadcast for the Second Opinion halftime show.
Hey, I'm Groovy.
I'm Rebecca.
We're Fox Hill Road. And you are going to be listening to our new single, Storyline.
And you're watching Second Opinion. Spinning my wheels and I'm chasing my tail. How the storyline goes, always going for broke.
Placing my bets on something better this time. It's how the storyline goes. Still writing them rhymes. All my life I look around me, hoping, waiting, will they find me? Always wishing for what's behind the unknown door. On the outside, just looking in, how the storyline goes. Always holding on for hope.
Playing my heart out to an empty room. How the storyline goes, and it's up in smoke.
All my life I look around me, hoping, waiting, will they find me? Always wishing for what's behind the unknown door. And I shoot the arrow straight as I line up at the gate. Where's the traction? Where's the steam? Don't die drowning in this dream. Drowning in this dream. much choice, I keep forging along. How the storyline goes, just gonna keep on. It's the inside out bit, it's the heart to the road. Now the storyline goes, gonna fill it with soul. All my life I look around me, hoping, waiting, will they find me? Always wishing for, always hoping for, always wanting, always hoping for, always wanting, always wishing, wanting more.
What's up, everybody? For every time you wrote Song It in the Fall, tune in for my new song, Here We Go Again. My name is Reason, and you're watching Second Opinion.
Listen, every day I pray my brothers awake. Some say sleep, the dream eats them away. Well, today I sound the alarm, you can't come if you're late. Let's wake them up, Lord, we on our way. That's right, here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting what our life until it ends. Then we go again, against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting what our life until it ends. Then we go again, against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again. I'm done waiting, I come for Satan. He's playing what mine's taking his time while the dumb take it. Get educated or be sedated. You can't evade it. It's wartime. There's war on my mind. Find me your cadence. Undecorated. Demons get faded. My tongue get bladed on both sides. My words like knives line with the greatest. He hates I made it out of this jungle. Ready to rumble. He fumbled the task. Now I'm here blasting every rebuttal. I'm in this huddle with Jesus. Peep the blood in my speech. It keeps me humble when I come to your speakers. You hear that drumming? God is coming to lead us. You never tussle or beat us. That muscle reaches your untouchable leaders. Believers. We're undefeated. Yet unconceited, the ones who can see it. Don't need a gun, we beat the drum till we bleed it, believe it. I keep my boots laced, tied to his grace. Let's wake 'em up, Lord, we on our way. That's right, here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting what our life until it ends. then we go again. Against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting with our life until it ends. Then we go again. Against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again. I've read the Bible, we're bitter rivals. We're both sinners. There's only one winner given this title. While you're dead and stuck in perdition, I'm bred for loving the mission. The missionary's eyes hunger for vision. I'm living like Aristotle. I broke the model. I spoke like an open throttle. Where yours pop bottles, I pop vultures. And barren lands, all got command. My hands moving in stance like dance moves in a trance. I pop culture while all your goons choose in advance. I chose a pen with a lance and God's platoon of man marching with bands who still true. We're branded in this truth when we chant. You hear the boom. Yeah, we here to clear the room in advance. The end is near, bro. We don't fear though. We spout grace about face and take the whole year slow. No time wasted, God's haste. We make the folks here know there's no escape. Pray you're ready to go. Let's go. Here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting with our life until it ends. Then we go again. Against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting with our life until it ends. Then we go again. Against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again. We got the Holy Ghost scouting the field. He's out around the clock, there ain't no stopping the wheels. We got faith in our breastplate, salvation guard in the grill. I like real troops, we shoot to free the soul and we kill without a scope. My road's here to conquer and build up a real army, the ones who keep harming your will. To the ills poach, we're roasting every part of your guild. From the east coast to coast, we go hard in the drill. We don't pop pills to drink, we sing Yahweh the deal. No cap spilling to sink, it's like I'm back in the Ville. And all black killing the beast without a mask and the steel. We attack till God's back in the bill, for real. Listen, every day I pray my brothers awake. Some stay asleep, the dream eats them away. Well, today I sound the alarm, you can't come if you're late. Let's wake them up, Lord, we on our way. That's right, here we go again. Yeah, we know who we go against. Fighting with our life until it ends. Then we go again. Against the same foe, different trench, toe to toe, throwing blows till it ends. Here we go again.
Hey everyone, my name is Francisco Leiva.
My name is Roberto Leiva.
We are Landowners, a rock band from Cartago, Costa Rica. We're gonna show you our song, Run for Glory.
This song talks about the emotion that a pilot of motorsports can feel during a race.
We hope you like it. You're watching Second Opinion on CW.
Pura vida.
Every
halftime show was sponsored by Nash Studios of Greenville, North Carolina. Located in downtown Greenville, North Carolina, Nash Studios is a place where creatives can collaborate and capture their artistic expression. Take your art to the next level at Nash Studios, which offers a variety of services such as audio recording, video and photography services for your music video, podcast, and more. Scan the QR code to begin your artistic journey at Nash Studios today, or call 252-559-0410. That's 252-559-0410.
Good morning, beautiful people. Roy the Rapper here, coming to you with the double word of the day. I'm back on my trust in God vibe, and I also want to speak on the verses related to peace, okay? So with that being said, Isaiah 26:3, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. This verse is a testament stating that God will grant perfect peace to those whose minds are focused on Him because they trust in Him. This verse brings assurance to those who place their faith and focus on God that they will experience a profound and constant peace. And with that being said, I want to give you the definition of peace, okay? Peace is a state of tranquility or quietness of spirit that transcends circumstances. The term peace is described in Scripture as a gift from God, and it is truly a gift from God. In other words, when you keep your mind set on Him, set on God, and steadfast on God's plan, God will give you peace that surpasses all understanding. And that leads me to my next verse, Philippians 4:7. We have a wonderful promise. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God, verse 6, and God will give you peace. God will give you peace. It's nothing like having peace. And especially in the world, in today's world, everything that's going on, all the chaos going on, there's nothing like having peace. When God gives you that peace, in other words, to define that peace, keep your mind set on God, steadfast on God, focus on God, and trust and believe God will give you the peace that no man can take away, and there's nothing like having it. And I trust that you guys take this, meditate, focus on God's plan, and God will give you the gift of peace. It's nothing like it. I want you guys to take that stand and believe it. I love you. God loves you more. Word of Rap, and I'm out. Peace.
Meet the Queens of Comedy, specializing in relatable real-life material that connects with all ages, making our show perfect for families, corporate events, faith-based organizations, and community gatherings. Join us Saturday, September 6th for our Purely Funny Show. Doors open at 7 p.m. and show starts at 7:30. Unwind with some top-notch comedy. Tickets are only $20. Scan the QR code to reserve your seat now. Our Purely Funny Show will be at the Nexus 1214 and is located at 1214 East Lenore Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. For more information and to book the Queens of Comedy for your next event, call 919-307-9429. That's 919-307-9429. The best of the best is coming to Gooch Sports Arena in Wendell, North Carolina, Saturday, September 6th. Join us for a fun-filled day of trail riding and a star-studded Southern Soul concert featuring the incomparable Jeter Jones, with more of your favorite performers, DJs, and fun for the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free, y'all, so don't miss this OG festival of the year, only at Gooch Sports Arena, located at 6400 Nightdale Eagle Rock Road in Wendell, North Carolina. Scan the QR code to reserve your tickets now. For VIP vendor and trail ride info, contact Miss Tanya. GSATrailride@gmail.com.
So how long does it take? How long is that cycle of reforestation when a piece of ground has been used and already the timber's been harvested and it's been replanted? Just for people that may be curious, when is that land ready again to be harvested again? How many years are we looking at?
Well, so a word that is commonly used in forestry is it depends. And so if you had if you had a flat, dry piece of ground that you planted in pine trees and um, planted at a specific density, you could consider potential thinning as young as age 13. Although that's pushing the lower bounds of
Right,
the age
yeah.
limit. But a typical rule of thumb is with pine is 25 years from zero to final harvest. It's different for hardwood species and different in swampland.
And even with the pines, if I mean our
Mhm.
standard pine is loblolly, but longleaf was
Mhm.
once our most dominant pine tree on this land, say
Mhm.
200, 300 years ago, maybe
Yeah,
somewhere in that category.
yeah.
Since then, loblolly has really taken over, but on that stand, I'd agree 25 to 30 years, a good rotation age, unless you were looking long term timber growth.
Right, right.
Uh,
That word depends comes in
right.
because we have stands that are 75 years old.
Mhm.
We have stands where the landowner wants to cut every 25 years.
Right.
And the wood is pretty well mature at that age. It some of it's market driven. It's driven by silviculture and um, timing.
Yeah.
So, is there a ballpark figure? People are wondering, say they have a certain amount of, and I know it's case by case basis, but is there a ballpark figure for how much a certain amount of acres may yield that may be
It's
cleared?
That's a tough question to answer there.
it is a
Mm.
really difficult
Without putting
question.
ourselves in a corner, because like you say, that question is very track specific,
Mhm.
based on
Mhm.
the age and quality of the timber. Its proximity to the mill is a big factor.
Mhm.
Some things that we encourage landowners to keep in mind is how close is your timber to the mill? Is it within 20 miles or is it within 50 miles? Because they have a minimum they will pay delivered to the mill,
Mhm.
depending on what product is being delivered, pulpwood, chip and saw timber. Um, and that really drives that price. To give you a very broad range, could be 1,000 an acre. It could be, and it's just strictly clear cut here.
I was gonna say,
Mhm.
I mean, really, even as low as 200 an acre,
Right, if you're
up
thinning for sure.
up to between $200 an acre and $6,000 an acre.
Yeah, it's a very widespread.
Depending on, like I said, mill location and species and
Mhm.
age and size of the tract and
Ground dependency, everything. There's a ton of factors that go into it.
how much wood the logger or the mill needs can make prices fluctuate. And that's one of the that's one way that a consultant can help a landowner is that we have a picture of what's going on in the market at any given time. And uh, it's hard to count the number of examples, so many examples where a landowner was offered something and they contact us and we find that it's worth more than what they were offered.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Another reason of calling a pro.
we try to level the playing field.
Hmm.
Yeah, we try
And
to.
and you're working in the best interest of your client. You know, not everybody who makes an offer is making a good one for obvious reasons, and with not everyone's best interest in mind. So, that's the integrity that comes with a company such as yours, which is why we want people to call you when they do have these questions or concerns. Now, you also help folks with accessing government grant programs. You act as a liaison for that. Are there some that are common that people are able to access, or is that again kind of more because fine tuned to what the specific needs are?
Yeah, so probably our most standard program that we introduce clients is the state funded cost share program, FDP, which is Forest Development Program, if I'm not misremembering. That's a program that's offered from taxpayer money.
As well as mill receipts.
Right.
Every sawmill that produces wood gives a cut to the reforestation program.
Right. It incentivizes landowners to plant trees back. There has been times in the past where people didn't see the need to plant trees if eventually they would grow back on their own, as opposed to a crop field of corn or beans or cotton. So this encourages landowners to spend a little bit of their income, get the forest back into production, and leave it for the next generation, if nothing else. Give back to the land that's given you something, is the way we phrase it. But that program is good. There's some other federal programs we're familiar with. There's a little bit more work, and they're year to year. I wouldn't say they're as promising, but we can always enroll clients in it and hope for the best.
Yeah, there are, like I said, a number of federal programs, and we've participated in some of those and gotten clients hooked into those. But it does vary year to year what is available out there. We've done a little bit of work with carbon credits.
That's a good one.
Where people can, and that's not strictly a governmental program, but the landowner can gain some revenue simply by growing trees. You know, it's
sequestering carbon.
And the idea is to help mitigate climate change. If it's going to help tree growth, I'm for it.
Now, another question people may have is, before you go in and harvest, and what kind of actions, if any, are taken for the wildlife that live in those spaces?
So we keep a tab through the through the Natural Heritage Program of endangered species. And quite honestly, if there are no endangered species in there, animals adapt really well.
Right.
If you think of the forest as an ecosystem, take a 30-year-old pine plantation. That is a significantly different ecosystem than a 3-year-old pine planting or a 3-year-old natural stand. Both will support different species. You're not going to have as many bear living in the cutover, but bears benefit from a cutover because there are more foods out there for the bear. Similar to a deer. A deer is going to travel across multiple forest types, and we'll find some more food in a cutover and bedding and protection in a cutover. So generally speaking, if there's not an endangered species on the property, we trust that the critters and the animals will adapt.
Right. The main ones we look out for are bald eagles. Of course, they're highly protected. We are required to leave buffers around any nesting sites if they're found.
It's like 600 feet, I think.
It's a good, tricolored bats are one that aren't as common, but there's very few places here that really tailor to their ecosystem. So in a pine management plantation, they're not as big of a worry.
With aquatic species, we handle water bodies by creating buffers. And the biggest function of a buffer is to keep the soil on where it's supposed to be, to keep the soil from infiltrating the water. Buffers also help mitigate water temperature, and all that does well to help protect aquatic species. You know, we do work in some swamps. A swamp is a little bit of a different ballgame compared to a stream or a river or a lake, because it's a stagnant water ecosystem or sort of stagnant water ecosystem. But I wanted to mention that as well.
So speaking of swamps, you two ever seen the pig man or a Bigfoot out in the Littleton area? I was just recently
I've
reading
got
some
pictures, but I don't know if I want to publish them. I thought I saw a dinosaur one time.
He's probably seen us. I'm not sure if we've seen him. But no, most of the time we're heads down, trucking through the woods, trying to cover as much of the area as possible. So there's probably more critters that see us that we notice ourselves.
Yeah. We try not to look for the snakes, because if we do, we'll find them.
Right. Exactly. I hear you on that one. Especially the biting kind, the venomous kind.
There are a few around.
Yeah, just a few.
Well, you guys cover it all, and it's very fascinating. Just this part of the country that we live in is so rich in so many ways. Between just the wildlife and they call it God's country for a reason. It's definitely beautiful, and you can appreciate, just the difference in the landscape and what's here. So, folks, you need to call Eastern Forest Management for all of your land management needs. They will come, they will survey everything, and they'll keep your best interest in mind when advising you on what and how you need to do things when it comes to forest management. So, it's football season's almost here, fellas.
It's coming right up.
We got
next Thursday.
What teams we rooting for over here?
Well, I'm always a Wolfpacker, but we got a big game against ECU coming up, opening day of the season. So
it's always an exciting game there.
Yeah. Sets the
NFL
tone.
favorites?
Not as much for me. I'm more college than I am pro, but of course
Those games tend to be a little more exciting. Anyway,
I could go for the Panthers. I will say
I've got to pull for the Panthers. How about you, Rebecca? Who's your pick?
I'm unapologetically a Raiders fan.
I just saw. Yes, ma'am. Nothing wrong with that.
But we're hoping they have a better season. They've been through some rough stuff, but hopefully they could turn it all around this time. So
there you go.
Well, I got to say, I was a fan of the Chargers for quite a while, and I'll still pull for them some. Philip Rivers was a quarterback when I was at NC State for most of my time, so can't knock the.
We have some of the best athletes have come from North Carolina, so we learned a lot. We recently had the Sports Hall of Fame from North Carolina on the show, and they just had their induction ceremony a few months back. But there have been so many. I mean, Michael Jordan, one of them. Right. But I mean, so many. We had Pernell Griffin came on the show, ECU linebacker, and there's just so many that have come from this state in all sports. So must be something in the water.
Yep.
Good timber.
So what's the best way for people to reach out to you? We have efmnc.com is the website. They can start there. That has lots of information, and I found some really cool stats for you guys on the website. Hundreds of clients, hundreds of thousands of acres that have been managed by you folks, over 100 million trees planted. That's a wonderful thing to be able to state. And then you have over 10,000 acres in conservation and growing, I'm sure, as the years go on here. So how's the best way that you want people to call you? You want them to call you, start the website? How do you want them to follow you and stay in touch?
Well, probably the website would be best.
Website's a good start. We have signs out. I don't know if we need to give out our personal numbers at the moment, but we do have a centralized office number.
That 252-398-1473 is the central number, and that's myself, Bryan, Merritt, and Slayton Daniel, who couldn't be here today. You can reach any of us three with that central number. And
well, shout out to Slayton. You let him know we missed him, and we'll look forward to updates. Anything that you knew that you have going on. And folks, reach out to Eastern Forest Management of Ahoskie. They serve this part of our state and then some more. So if in doubt, just call and ask. They'll set you straight and put you on the right path. So
we'll do the best we can for you.
That's right.
Well, Joe, Bryan, it's been nice visiting with you. Thank you for being with us today on Second Opinion. And we're excited thank you for your sponsorship, for supporting the show and supporting our community and doing the work that you do to keep us breathing good air. That's part of your job too. So
we don't advertise that so much, but
we should probably push that.
So purveyors of fine oxygen.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, you two have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nash Hot Chicken is your destination for hot chicken, cold beer, and live music. Entertain your taste buds with all-star favorites on our Nashville-inspired menu. A full bar featuring domestic, local brews, and try a Nash signature cocktail like our Music City Mule. Make Nash Hot Chicken the choice for your next get-together. Ask us about catering your next event. Nash Hot Chicken is open every day and located at 114 East 5th Street in downtown Greenville, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-999-5444. That's 252-999-5444.